Hey guys, it's me Edgar, here to do a redo series of Ultimate Spider-Man. The reason why I'm doing this is because I wanted to do this series, but I'm going to do this series like 5 videos per a week, and I wanted to do a commitment on this series along with the other Spider-Man books that I want to do, like Amazing Spider-Man, Superior Spider-Man, Web of Spider-Man, and Ultimate Spider-Man, and eventually hit to the Miles Morales books, but that's later on in 2022. But yeah, I wanted to do this because I really want to just fully talk about why I love Bendis and why I love his books. I mean, it's not just his Ultimate Spider-Man books, it's his entire Marvel career. I thought his storytelling was genius, and it's a shame that he doesn't do the same with DC. But yeah, let's get started on the comic. And yeah, so the comic opens up where we see Norman Osborn play an experiment with a couple spiders, and he pretty much handed off to one of his men, and pretty much he was scared shitless like a fucking bitch he is. And then after that, Norman Osborn's men pretty much put it in a jar but didn't close the jar. And then after that, we cut to where Peter's at high school, and you know, your typical high school fighting and bullshitting around, and you know, Peter's just doing his own thing, and Mary Jane is just trying to help out Peter, but you know, Peter is just, you know, throwing what he can and just taking the punches. Just a pushover. Just a fucking pushover. And I will not be surprised we see something similar to this to the freshman year of Spider-Man in the MCU, where we see very similar elements of Peter's high school years before he became Spider-Man fully. And we also see Harry talking to him, and it's cool seeing Harry in this whole thing. Flash is pretty much showing off, and then after that, Peter just sucks at gym class, and the whole teacher is just all pissed off. And then after that, we get to see Aunt May and Uncle Ben, and you get to see Uncle Ben and Peter have some good time together. And this is one of those things that I really enjoy, and this is one of those things that the Amazing Spider-Man pretty much tackled, bonding with Uncle Ben and how much it meant to him. And we also see Harry spying on Norman Osborn, his father, and he finds out something's going on. And then later on, Peter's school goes to the Oscorp Institution, the big laboratory, and then after that, a humongous spider just bit Peter, and then after that, it went on Mary Jane, and I'm like, oh shit, imagine if MJ got bit as well. That would have been a very interesting coincident events, if you get what I'm saying. And then later on, pretty much Peter is just passed out, and they patched him up, and they leave the Oscorp tour of the school. And then after that, the next day hits, and pretty much Peter is just literally gets picked on by one of Flash Thompson's bullies, and pretty much Peter just absolutely just does some moves and just pretty much makes a fool out of himself. And then after that, Peter just passes out, and he just knocks out. And after that, they wake up, and they kind to wonder what's going on, and they go to the doctors, and all that is full recovery, and it's pretty cool seeing all that stuff. They take a blood sample on that whole thing, and then after that, one of Norman Osborn's lackeys takes the blood sample, and they find out, oh boy, this kid's got some shit that we produced. We gotta watch out for this kid. Then we see Peter with Aunt May and Uncle Ben making dinner, and then after that, Peter goes out And after that, his spider sense goes off and he jumps and pretty much missed the car, and he runs away and say, "Hey, what the hell, man? Are you okay?" And the man pull out his gun, and Peter's like, "Oh shit, gotta run, gotta go, man." And then after that, Peter studies and realizes, like, wait a minute, is it Oscorp trying to watch out for me or something? And Peter just literally investigates what's he up to. And also, Uncle Ben and Aunt May are trying to have a heart-to-heart talk on family stuff, but also school and how everything is going on. And let's just say things didn't go so well. And Peter's just like, you know what? I have something suspicion. Let's see if it's really true. He walks up and he literally crawls up to the roof of his room, and he's like, wow, holy shit, this is cool. And then later on, the comic book ends right there, and I really adore this story and this whole run of Marvel. This was an era of Marvel Comics that you didn't have to read hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of issues of a character. Now, you're kind of SOL. You're going to have to read all those hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of issues, knowing the lore, knowing the characters, knowing what the long-term storytelling of all that shit. No more easy scapegoat. You get what I'm saying, guys? But yeah, I mean, I really like the Ultimate Universe. There were some ups and downs, but yet again, one of the best things in the Ultimate Universe was Ultimate Spider-Man and also Ultimate X-Men and a few other titles, but it's just, this was one of the biggest ones that I really personally think that they really nail it home. And overall, I thought it was fantastic. 9 out of 10, really good book. Stay tuned for more issues of Ultimate Spider-Man and Miles Morales. Spider-Man books, we'll be doing them very soon, sometime later this month, and also sometime in 2022. I'll see you guys later, and stay tuned.